Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of the Spires live stream. I'm just getting everything finalized here for my setup. Okay, I can see the chat. Perfect. All right, well, we last left off with what's going on the left here. It's not exactly an ideal situation. Everything, as you can see, is moving quite slowly. I let it run for a little bit while I was getting everything set up. And that's really what I'm going to focus on today, is trying to figure out why it starts out fast and then it ends up slow. I got to assume that somewhere in here there's like a list that just keeps growing and growing and growing, and that's what's going wrong. But I don't know for sure what's actually happening. I do have a to-do list that I left myself, which basically says figure out, how to draw these rectangles better. I gotta fill in the rectangles possibly. I do need to get the colors, which will be color cycling. But the main thing today that I want to work on is this. And if I can also figure out the wide rectangles thing, that would be lovely. Maybe I just had an idea. Maybe the wide rectangles are happening because I'm getting the next eye. Okay. I generate the rectangles, so we need to go to the thing that generates the rectangles, not that draws them. Populate the line, okay, for all the bottom ones. So does it never starts with a wide one? No, it does still start with a wide one sometimes. So my thinking is sometimes it grabs the next widest one that's in the list of rectangles, which happens to be like really far away. I don't think that actually makes any sense. Now that I'm looking at it, like, that doesn't seem to be what's happening. Especially when it's slow, we can really see what's going on. Maybe I shouldn't fix the slow-mo bug until I'm done using it to understand what the code is doing. So that one was going to the left. So maybe the wide ones are reaching to the left. Okay, well let's look at how we draw these rectangles. So this gets a random rectangle, adds it, but then when we draw them, we do just get the next one here. That's why. Rect I plus 1. So this just gets the next. No, but that's the next bottom position. And that's should be correct. Very strange. Very strange. This is gonna be a strange session. I wish I had more good stuff to show, but this is really what it's like a lot of the time when I'm working on this. I know the issue is here. I just can't articulate it properly. So where to start then? I guess with an alternative way of drawing these rectangles. Like, this is just looks ridiculous. Like, where is it even getting this information from? So what happens? I mean, let's just, for fun, what happens if we do this? Okay. I was wondering when that was going to happen. X2 does not exist. for interpolate at line 141, which is right here. But there's extra lines here, that's right. 3 extra lines, so 141 is actually here, I want to say. Which makes sense because we're calling in rect I plus 1. That's actually where the issue is, gotta be, right? No, because again, I'm getting the line tops. But it shouldn't be rect I 1 plus 1, or should it? Is the issue when this is too high? I mean, if we just get rid of this, that fails really fast. Oops. Oops. Okay, but I wonder if it's this. So, okay, let's comment these lines out and see if we ever get wide lines. We are getting wide lines. Now we're getting somewhere. No, that's useless. This is always drawing to 0 now. Whoops. Let's revert that. Okay. How do I want to do this? I can just write like a debug drawing version of this, which I guess I might as well do. So we want to comment out these lines. So we're still getting wide ones. And if we comment out these lines, we also still get wide ones. It's just like, what'll it take here? Okay, so I still don't know where this is happening. And it's been like over a week since I worked on this. So this is a real test of my own inline documentation. I mean, I know that it's not got anything to do with that, but we might as well take a look. Okay. And am I actually using FC anywhere? Yes. So when the wiggle occurs, things get weird. I think the issue might be somewhere something is being passed as like nil. So x11. So these are where we get the x values for the top and bottom of the rectangle. Right. And the y values are taken straight from there. No, I mean, how stupid would that be? Oh. Okay, check if the line, blah, blah, blah. So this is just all for the wiggling, which is so extreme. Populate the top and bottom. I do wonder about this, like, okay. There. So we never get wide ones like this. So maybe we just need to put a max in here, like max line top rex I blah 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 +1. Yeah, wait a minute. Getting my brackets all messed up. Okay. There we go. Max this or length line tops. And actually we want to do min. No, we don't have to worry about the minimum, because we're only ever adding to it. You know what? No, wait. Go from the square brackets. Well, well, well. It should be min. Okay, so that worked until the wiggle occurred, and then something weird happened. Maybe this should not exist. So we've disabled the wiggling. Whoops, I ruined everything. Hang on. You know what? This is easier. If false. Okay, so right off the bat, we're still getting wide ones. Okay, so are they always connected at the far left? Yes. So it must be a nil value thing. But it's not got anything to do with those deletions. So let's go into the draw. Where are we? Custom rect. Oops. Check each parameter to make sure it's not nil. If not x11, first of all, CoPilot's wasting our time with this extra syntax. code golf tendencies coming out. Okay, so if not x11 return. Whoops. Whoops. This might kill the full left column. Wow, that really just didn't fix anything, huh? Okay, but it's definitely 0, so let's see. Okay, let's just make a new rule. So the left side, let's make this clear. Left side equals x11 and oh god, I should have drawn this diagram somewhere. Did I draw it? You know, I'm not going back and watching the stream for that. So the left side is, I got to assume I went top left, top right, bottom left, which would make the left side 1 1 and 2 2. Okay. Check that. The left side and right side are within. How to do this programmatically? What are my global variables? Within the limits. Okay, and let's say call width equals length line tops 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So I did divide it by 12 here. That's not, is this not gonna work? No, this will work, whatever. So then we'll just do 128 divided by length line tops. That gives us a nice average. And let's say minus 2 pixels. Wait, minus? Plus 2 pixels. Fudge factor. Okay, and then we're gonna say if ABS, really? CoPilot has no idea what I want? There we go. If ABS x11 minus x22, no. x11 minus x12 greater than call width, then just return. There is no then actually. Okay, maybe that will be sufficient. How? If anything, it looks like I made it worse. There's probably something so obvious, and I can't believe I'm missing it. So, okay, maybe I just got these wrong. There we go. Problem solved. Do we understand why it was happening? No. Is it something extremely stupid? I'm sure. Is this good enough? Definitely. Bug resolved. Let's go ahead and commit this. The worst part about this bug fix, by the way, to be clear, is I know I'm fixing it at like the potentially the worst stage, because like if I'm fixing it when we actually go to draw this rectangle. So I've already wasted so much time thinking about rectangles that aren't going to be drawn at the end of the day that like it's kind of absurd. But that's the penalty I get for not knowing how the bug is occurring. Sorry, I'm already thinking of the next thing. So I want to clear the screen right here. Print I don't even remember the right syntax. Print toString. Do I even have to do that? Print length rect. Yeah, in the top left corner. Okay, so I don't know about you, but it looks like it's never going down. Okay, I know why this is not going to be true anymore, right? Because a rect is defined differently now. We never updated that. Where the hell did I define it though? Okay, here. Line tops 0. No, it should still be 2. Y11, Y12. Huh. Because we are adding to it here. To all of those. Okay. Rect I2 is greater than 127. And it never gets greater than. So let's do something different and lazier. Actually, let's preserve this and say if no 50. What is CoPilot on right now? Delete the first one. That should say rects. If length rex greater than 0, blah blah blah. It's still only going up. So I guess the rate that I'm adding them at is just too fast. Oh, right, I forgot. I put the limit at 50. Duh. It's embarrassing. Okay, so this works to delete them, I guess. Except, why was it crashing? Yeah, okay, good. We need to figure this out. Line 48. Which is actually this one. And what was the bug? Attempt to perform arithmetic on a nil value. x11 was a nil value. Why? So it's completely unrelated to this. This is some tragically buggy code. This isn't even visually interesting. I'm just watching a number. The upsetting thing is, there we go. I'm trying to get this to crash because I need to figure out what's going on here. Attempt to perform arithmetic on a nil value. So I guess it's just not... It's not drawing it, but it's... How is it getting into here, though? Because I'm saying if the length of recs... One rect false. What is this for? I actually don't even remember why I made that. Okay, so x11 is a nil value. But how are we getting here? That means the rectangle must exist. We did add something. Oh, let's fix this, by the way. So this draws the lines, this wiggles the lines, this randomly adds rectangles. This says if there are rectangles, draw them. So if there's only one rectangle, then this won't work, right? Okay, spamming. Oh. God, sorry, I'm just trigger happy. I'm trying to get it to stop when I crash. Oh, I'm so... Oh, no. Okay, it's because I'm expecting it sooner. That's good intel. Okay. I mean, like, I feel like the live coding is bringing out the worst in me. Even though no one is watching. Well, I know this was not working. So, we'll get rid of this at least. I do want to check here what's going on. Go to interpolate. So if interpolate returns nothing, I guess this becomes a nil value. Custom rect. Okay, well, let's just do if x11. That won't work when it's 0 though. Oh my god, I'm typing Python. Right. So I still don't know what the deal was. This code is deeply fucked. Sorry for the language. I honestly have no idea like why I've ended up in this situation, except that it's my fault for taking shortcuts. However, I did say early on that this is how I was going to do it, because it was going to create like a buggy mess, and it was going to differ from my normal like plan, my original plan. Hello, Marcus. Fontainebleau Marcus. Glad to see you. So for context, I'm just bug fixing right now. I just fixed one bug and noticed a new one. So I believe this was the bug. Everything slows down over time, because now everything is not slowing down over time. The problem is I am seeing a lot of these rectangles disappearing at random, reappearing partway down. None of that is part of the original plan, so I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. However, I can just decide later. So let's say decide later, teleporting rectangles. It wasn't part of the original plan, but I don't hate it, unlike the super wide rectangles that we had a minute ago. The next bug and the last bug to fix before we can get to the more exciting fill in the rectangles and color cycling, because these are going to be rainbow color cycling rectangles. The next bug we got to fix though first is sometimes the rectangles are just triangles. So to deal with that, I basically know already what's happening. I'm just gonna say if the difference between this value or this value is too small, add a little bit to one of these, because I think that'll be permanent if I do it in the right scope, which is when they get created, which is here. Yes. Okay, so now I have to actually define these. So params for a new rectangle, and I also, okay, I've said here what a rectangle is, so add, this is, okay, so this is a random line top, right? Okay, I equals, the line top refers to the column positions for the visualization, basically. So we're going to say I equals this, y11 equals 0, y12 equals r10. Here we go, plus 2. It should basically solve it. It'll be easier to track if I just get rid of them as I go. y21 and then y22. Interesting that it's suggesting this, but I don't actually want that. I just want this because I want to keep what I have so far. 12 minus 2. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's already done it there. Perfect. And then 8 and 1, I feel like I can keep that, right? Color 8. No, I'll need to get the colors in a more fancy way later. You know what? Let's just do that. Slide rate. We do want a different slide rate. Okay, and then here we need to make sure one of these is big. So we're actually going to say +2. I mean, this should be, if I'm understanding this, this should just be the same as the other side. Oh, right, and then I have to actually pass this in. So okay, so the slide rate is a little too high. Let's slow things down a bit more. There we go. So now we've got a variable slide rate, different colors, although they're not the colors that I actually want yet. I still have to change the palette to like an interesting palette. But we've mostly solved a lot of the problems. Okay, you can now notice, because of the different colors, when the rectangles are overlapping, you can tell like that they're not filled in, which I don't like. I should save my changes though so far. So the bug that I fixed was the memory leak bug. Memory leak fixed, added color. Well, fixed, the leak was fixed. No, the leak was patched. We didn't really fix the leak per se, which would imply figuring out where the source was and then stopping it. It's more like we looked at the wider container where the leak was happening, and then we just put a new patch around that container, and it can't leak out of that container, which is this right here. Let's see. Prevent memory leak related slowdown. Always remember to leave comments in your code, otherwise when you come back later you will not remember what anything is doing. That's been a large part of what's going on today. Okay, well, next let's do the color. So the actual color I don't want to be done like how it is now. It's actually going to be really simple. Where was I? I was just doing this here. Okay, color R16. Color, let's see what happens when we do this. Color FC 16. Okay, still not what we want, because we actually want the color. I mean, that's fine for what it is. We want the color when we draw it like this. Actually, let's do it this way. FC 16. Now all of them should be the same color. There we go. Now what happens if we add seed locking, entropy locking, if R greater than 0.5, actually let's too much entropy locking. This is pretty good. Now we are definitely getting somewhere. I wonder if I even need to fill them in if they look like this. Okay, I also need the right color palette. This is another one of my Pico-8 carts. As you can see, it's really long compared to the other ones. That's because I've been working on this for a long time, and it has a lot of like bonus features and stuff, but sometimes it can be a bit restrictive as well. Rainbow. Okay. Then we're going to go up here. So now I'm going to use a function called pal. Which we can pass a list like this. All right. The problem is we need, I mean, dude, the blue lines are pretty cool actually. But I wonder if the lines should be a different color. That's something I haven't really thought about. Like the vertical lines, I mean. This is looking pretty cool though. I could fine tune the entropy locking a bit. Okay, so what's going on here is this amount of entropy locking is good for the dithering, but it's not good for the rectangles. So I can't actually use this much entropy locking and tie the rectangles to this. So let's say if this or FC divided by 60, let's say each second equals 0. It's still like too much or too little entropy. But that means that implies we're close here. I just want more rectangles, but like I can't use randomness anymore for deciding when to get new rectangles. Damn. I mean, like, I should be saving some of these outputs because it's pretty cool. There we go, screenshot. Okay, so the problem is the rectangles get weird when we do the entropy locking. And this is too many. We really built for like this frequency. Like this is the exact amount of rectangles that I want appearing. Which, like, I wonder how many it is. I want to see like one every, not one every second, it's more like 2 or 3 per second, but it's not even. It's like the random pulse of it that's really good. Well, we know we want to mess with the dithering, so we probably want to say like 800. So the trails linger a bit more. And we know we want entropy locking. We're seeing a lot more emergent patterns here. Like a lot of the rectangles that are appearing have the exact same dimensions, and that's because that's unique to this seed, which keeps getting reset. But I now know what we have to do. We can set this really low, and we set s plus equals 1. Wait a minute. Oh, I mean, this is almost really cool. If only it filled up all of the columns, you know? Okay, I'll put the seed iteration in the line wiggling. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. It's going to be all about fine-tuning this entropy locking. Or I want more of these. Like, I almost want to do this twice. So here's this if. Let's make a new function. Outside the draw loop. Function draw rex. No, draw it all. And I don't know if this is going to work because the scope might be a little messed up. And also kind of this is a stupid idea to begin with. What is it? Else if? I do have one somewhere, right? No. Else if, all one word, okay. Okay. So, again, in the spirit of being extremely lazy, I'm considering doing something like kind of bad practice, which is just defining my function here so that way it can still abuse the scope. This code is now completely unmaintainable, that's certain. We're getting some nice emergent structures here. There's still not enough rectangles. They're not going down all the way. Like what? I just don't understand why they're stopping. Oh, it's because like maybe this is too conservative. Now the slowdown bug is part of it. It doesn't get much more glitchy and inconsistent than that. I think I really like how this has turned out. Which means I should make a checkpoint. Looking good. So this isn't really what I expected at all. But it does look nice. So we've got color cycling. We fixed that bug. We will not fill in the rectangles. We're okay with the teleporting rectangles for now. So our to-do list is now empty. To do, okay, here's what I want. I want all columns filled in. So bias the selection of columns to favor unseen ones. Add a new column every so often. No, but we could say randomize the number of columns upon generation. Actually, that's really simple. I could do that now, but I'll resist doing that now. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. But we're definitely getting some good stuff. I like it. It's basic shapes, basic colors. Okay. Signing off. Oops. And it's done. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. It was great seeing people pop in and out as I was doing this. Hopefully, if you stuck along for a while, you're amazed by how much progress we made from the start of this session to the end of the session. I know at the beginning it looked like we were just beating our head at the wall, going like, what do we do? What do we do? That's because we were, but that's also because it's part of the process, and you can see we've ended up somewhere really far from our original idea, except for the basics, which are still the same. However, we're much happier with where we're at because it's got this sort of delightful, unexpected glitchiness that's just really satisfying. Like that's exactly what I was hoping to see right there. That looked great. Oh, hey, Alex. Yeah, glad you were able to tune in. This is a classic entropy locking piece, which I am always surprised when it works out that easily, because this wasn't supposed to be an entropy locking piece per se, but it was always on the table. But somehow I knew as soon as I plugged that in, I was like, this looks fantastic. So, but yeah, still some work to do. So maybe 1 or 2 more sessions left to go before this thing is ready. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully soon. Bye.